Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The man who was a prep All-American in nearby Antioch, it's Najee Harris. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Play action. Now it's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
1st and goal from the 3. Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Harris is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Lance to throw it.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
To throw, it's Lance.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Lance looks to throw again.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
The Lance going to throw. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Now Lance again.
He'll get this to Lazard.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And Lazard's got it again.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lance.
And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Allen Lazard with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year.
And the 49ers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So is the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Now Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
First and 10, here's Pickett.
And this one is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Pickett finding Claypool. Good for a Pittsburgh 1st.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Running straight ahead. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Pickett. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Pickett.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide and avoid the contact there at the end of the play. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Alan Lazard, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
They hand this off to Harris.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Alan Lazard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road.
And it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the third time in this game.
Picked up by Sidney Jones.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Lance now on first down.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tyreek Hill with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Niners are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the give, this is Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw, Pickett. Got an open man, it's Pickens.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13.
Pickett. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because
he's got a man, complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now Lance.
Touchdown! George Kittle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team...
He's got it with the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers are pouring it on.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much.
Got a man that's caught inside the 10.
Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Trey Lance keeping it himself from a yard out. And the 49ers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions. Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And he's got it inside the 10. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
They'll run with Mitchell.
A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the side.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Lance with now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter.
And the Niners get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And now it's blocked. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Back to throw, Pickett. Completes Austin here over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
give to Harris. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They run with Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Lance now on 1st down.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tyreek Hill, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Niners extend their lead yet again.
And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their 25-yard line.
Harris will start to drive out.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
And now here's another interception. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Pickett.
Flush to his right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Pickett back to throw.
And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Now Hill to return it.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
On first down, Lance.
And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Again, it's Lance.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And going deep for Hill.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Mika Fitzpatrick. And they get a 4th round pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 3. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Drake Jackson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Hill on the return.
On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Ready, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Throwing his Lance on third down.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
A little second effort there on the strong run, and then dropped just inside of the 20. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
A nice run there. He calls his own number, gets the first down, and then slides to a stop before he has to take any contact.
And that absolutely has to please this coaching staff because you know they've been drilling into his head. You're no good to us on the sidelines if you're not playing, right? If you have to be over here full-time with us, that doesn't work so well. We need you on the field, so sliding like that, they'll take that every time.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Niners, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.